If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
Things with Wings Productions, with the support of Whimsical Productions and Collected Sounds presents Episode 10 of the Skylark Bell. I'm your host, Melissa Oliveri. In our last episode, Magpie and Lucas explored the secret attic and discovered treasures from the home's original owners. And they discovered there is much more to Scarlet the cat than meets the eye. In today's episode, we continue our adventure with Chapter 10, The Dinner Date, where Magpie and her mom catch up on the day, bringing the mysterious Farfalla into the conversation. By now you know what to do. Get comfortable, grab a blanket, a warm drink. Are you ready? We're getting started. The smell of charcoal wafts through the entire backyard, overpowering the delicate scent of the wild roses. Magpie loves the sizzling sound as the food hits the hot grill. One of the great things about living in the country is the variety of fresh produce from the neighboring farms sold at the farmers market. The market is held every Sunday on the sprawling lawn of the library, gathering farmers and artisans from the area surrounding Pocket and beyond. Magpie and her mother loved to wander from booth to booth, exploring various handmade goods like knitted shawls, candles, and jewelry. But Magpie's favorite thing is being surrounded by the bright colors and rich smells of the fruits and vegetables. She and her mom loved to cook together, hanging out in the kitchen for hours, trying out new recipes or baking treats with the locally ground flour from the small mill in the neighboring town. "Magpie, why don't you go grab the candles? I think these are just about done," says Mrs. Phaeton, expertly flipping their dinner so it's perfectly marked by a trellis of black lines. "Sure thing, Mom. Do you remember where you put them?" asks Magpie. Mrs. Phaeton gets a look on her face that tells Magpie her mom has no idea where the candles ended up. With a giggle, Magpie scurries into the kitchen and starts checking the cupboards. She's down to the last one when she hears the sound of a small bell on the cat collar again. This time coming from the living room. She follows the sound and is overcome with joy when she sees Scarlet sitting on the mantel above the fireplace. "Scarlet," she cries, "I was afraid you were gone forever." "You're still my cat, and I'm still calling you Scarlet," she tells the small cat while reaching out to pet her. Scarlet crosses the mantel and sits on the end of it, looking intently at Magpie and meowing loudly. "Is there something I'm supposed to do?" asks Magpie, feeling only slightly foolish for talking to the cat as if it's a person. Scarlet reaches down with her paw and strikes one of the bricks below the mantel. Magpie leans down for a closer look and realizes there's something engraved in it. She dusts it off with her hand a little, and the initials CC become clearly visible. "Charlotte Carnifex!" exclaims Magpie. She stands up to look at Scarlet. But the cat is gone. "Any luck finding those candles?" calls her mother from the back door. Magpie looks in the bookcase next to the fireplace and sees the candles thrown haphazardly onto a shelf. "Just found them," she yells, and heads back outside for dinner. A vase filled with roses sits atop the bright yellow tablecloth. Magpie inhales deeply, filling her lungs with the sweet perfume, before taking her place at the picnic table. She tucks the candles into Grandma Lillian's small crystal candle holders and carefully brings a match to the wick. The warm glow of the candle's tiny flames washes over Magpie's face as her mother joins her at the table, 2 plates of steaming grilled vegetables in her hand. They reminisce about Grandma Lillian, their old apartment in the city, and dinner dates gone by as the cool evening breeze ruffles their hair. "This might be the best dinner I've ever had," says Magpie, breaking into giggles simultaneously with her mom as they collect empty plates and cups. It's a running joke between them. Every time they do a dinner date, they congratulate themselves on their cooking skills. "I stopped by the most adorable bakery today," says her mother, changing the subject. "They have these wonderful little cupcakes decorated with flowers and birds. I bought us a couple for dessert." "Oh, that must be Taffetto's bakery. Lucas told me about it the day we moved in," says Magpie. "Yes, Mr. Taffetto, that was his name. He wasn't very chatty, and his wife just stayed in the back preparing the pastries. People here definitely keep to themselves more, don't they? There was a woman there, with bright white hair and blue eyes. She was probably 100 years old. She was carrying a basket with jars of blackberry jam. I offered to let her go ahead of me, but she just kept staring straight ahead, as if I didn't exist," says her mother. "I'm looking forward to the day when we're finally considered locals." Magpie's heart starts beating a little faster. "The old woman's name. Did you ask Mr. Taffetto what it was?" inquires Magpie. "As a matter of fact, he did mention it. It was a strange name. Befana, Farina, Farfalla?" suggests Magpie. "Ah, yes, Farfalla. I hung back to look at the marvelous array of cakes and pastries on display, and he did get a little more conversational after she left. He told me she's the oldest resident in town and that no one has ever heard her make a sound. She walks around town every morning to do her errands. After that, she heads to the diner for the same breakfast every day, blackberry waffles that she washes down with some sweet orange tea before walking home. On Sundays, she drops off a basket of homemade blackberry jam for him and his wife to sell at the market, and in exchange, he gives her bread for the rest of the week. We're definitely not in the big city anymore," she finishes, laughing. "Pocket is definitely a quirky little town," agrees Magpie, remembering the encounter with the waitress at the diner on her first night in town. "So, what's this new painting you're working on that sent you to the big city for supplies?" she asks, changing the subject. Her mother launches into the details of her most recent piece of artwork and how their new surroundings and even the residents of Pocket have inspired her. They chat long into the night, savoring their dinner and the delectable cupcakes from Taffetto's. Eventually, the candles burn low and it's time to go inside. "Let's leave cleanup for the morning. Deal?" asks her mom, stacking their plates on the counter. Magpie is only too happy to oblige, and they head upstairs. "Good night, Mom. "I love you," she says, standing in the doorway to her room. "Good night, my beautiful bird. Sweet dreams," answers her mother tenderly before fading into the darkness of the room across the hall. Magpie slips under the light blanket on her bed and lies on her back, staring at the closet door dimly lit by the crescent moon outside her window. Where's Scarlet? How could she be Cerise, who had lived generations ago? What is the connection, and where is she now? And what happened to Charlotte Carnifex and her family? Where did they go? And Farfalla, who never makes a sound, and goes about her routine by herself every single day. What is her story? Magpie's thoughts continue swirling as her eyes get heavy. Thank you so much for listening. Join me next week as we continue our adventure by reading Chapter 11 of Meadow Lane and the Skylark Bell, where Magpie has a terrifying experience in the night that involves many of the unexplained things she has experienced since moving to Pocket. Be sure to subscribe. You don't want to miss a thing. Before I go, I'd like to thank Phaeton Starling Publishing for this fantastically eerie story, and Canal Elenion for composing equally fantastic and eerie music for this podcast.